My ultimate tip to build business as a woman entrepreneur. Hello, my dear queens. I hope you have an amazing day. My day just started a little later than normally, but I really went to bed very late. As yesterday, I was joining an event about women entrepreneurs or women who are willing to start their own business, and the message throughout the whole event was just make it happen, just do it, like the motto of the Nike, just do it, just go and do it. And what I'm gonna share today with you, or my experience of the last few years about this topic, might sound a little contradictory to this motto, but if you truly open yourself and listen, really listen to understand, listen to set aside the beliefs that you have, the learnings that you have, or the that what the world sometimes reflects you, and really listen with a curious open mind, like the mind of a child. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna find, in my perspective, one of the most that was for me one of the most precious advices how to build a business as a woman. um, and because for me so important to speak about that, because our generation has grown more in man dominated world, and I don't mean it as a negative, it's just a fact. When you look the whole companies, when you look how much, for example, how much percentage of women are actually in entrepreneurship, and how much percentage is lead by a man, or how much percentage in the higher management level, top management, CEO and so on, is occupied by women, and how much by men, it shows that currently there is not a balance, okay? And I won't say that this balance has to be in every single areas of companies and so on, because still I believe that we women have a different qualities and traits, if we really open to embody it, than a man. And then there is a domains that are like interconnected, where it doesn't matter whether you're a man or woman, you can do it both. But I still believe that we have some more preferences, to say this way. And I can tell this now because I wasn't like that. I was this kind of woman, like a power woman. I can do everything, I make it happen. I lived on the motto higher, further, faster. I embody more my masculine energy throughout my life, almost like 39 years. Um, sorry, my throat needs to cleanse, to clear. Um, till I started really shifting this perspective, especially the last 1.5 years. And I came to the realization that make it happen or just do it, there is a positive and a negative perspective, depending on from what point of view are you doing it. And let me explain it this. There is this kind of position where we want to achieve something. We have some idea, we have some inspiration, we have some vision, but a lot of obstacles came on our path. And they're not this kind of obstacles that you should overcome, and sometimes are also larger, but it's the kind of obstacles that really shows you a stop, that really shows you, okay, if you push further, you are doing it from a position of, I force it into existence, I force it into coming into existence, I make it happen. Me, myself, from my ego perspective, okay? And there is the other way of making things happen, of just do it, that I was fortunate to experience the last few months is the place of this inspired action. You know what I mean? It's this place of stillness and trust and cultivating the idea, and that what I want to bring out in the world, cultivating it within me, solidifying it within my field, really like anchoring it, and also like feeling myself into this, whether it's that what I truly want to do it and how do I want to bring it, and just sitting in this calmness and stillness, chill the inspiration with a very guided, I would say, kind of, you know, this intuitive, coming from intuition action. And for example, that is how the program that I launched at the end of last year, the Magic of the Raw Nights, came. Actually, I was under the shower and I was having a 1 hour later meeting with my team to talk about how we want to launch the MePossible, the Power Woman community for entrepreneur of international area, and my team sits in Mexico and in Argentina, so we have mostly our appointment in the afternoon. So I was taking a shower and I was just thinking, okay, what we're going to talk about today, because I decided for myself that I won't do any action anymore that are not like truly aligned and inspired, coming from my intuition. You know, some call it intuition, some call it higher self, some call it soul, third say inspiration, whatever, name you like you want, it's just words, you know. And I was under the shower and suddenly I get this burst of excitement, and this idea flew, just flowed through me. You know, it was like, oh my God, we're like at the end of the year. It's this peaceful time of the Raw Nights that is actually in the German culture known, but outside not so good. But also I knew that the way how I was, you know, forcing the relaunch to happen, was like more of the old way how I always did it. You know, I tried to make it and think of ideas and search and so on, but not search for inspiration, but search like, okay, what is that I need to do? What is the next steps, and so on and so on, you know? And then suddenly this idea came under the shower. And it was so perfectly aligned, and that is how the program came to life with the embody the evolved version, or better say, create your evolved version, create the blueprint of individual success. All these three parts of the program was like inspirationally given to me, and I sat with my team and we talk about that and we went to work. And now I can tell you, I worked then a lot of hours throughout the days, because we had just 1 week to prepare the program, to launch everything, to create the website, to put all the materials together, to create the concept. And I actually thought that for the create your evolved version, that I already had like the materials, as I have been given a similar workshop the year before. But then when I went through the material, I saw, oh my God, I so much overgrowth this contemplated question. I so much overgrowth this structure, how it was, not completely, but you know, I needed more deepness. I needed in this workshop the women to really truly understand why it's so important before we go out and start looking for our milestone and goals to set and success to achieve, is first to understand who we truly are, you know, our authentic self, to really embody it. And then, you know, from this embodied, evolved version, to define what does it mean success for us. Because, you know, I don't know how you are, but I have learned success throughout my family, throughout society, throughout social media, and that is what I thought it's my definition of success. It's so much money in your bank account, so much, so and so much people in your network, and this activity, and so on and so on. But actually, I oversee that a success in life combine all our areas in life, and then how I personally, individual, want to experience this area, and then also what is the priority between all this area. And that is how the blueprint of individual success came into fruition as a part of the program. And that is what I needed also to create it, put, and then of course give the workshop that is like more than 7 hours, and also with very deep anchoring meditation after that. And then of course the 12 raw nights and the whole material. So I put a lot of work. I was working sometimes till 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, but I must admit I'm like a kind of person working at the night. So I started most lately when everybody was in bed. And from my perspective, I really enjoy the work. I really enjoy what we created. I was so inspired to bring it to the world, and I know that is the first stepstone of what is about to come. And yet, I just do it. I make it happen, but I didn't force it. Instead, I trusted that when I deeply connect with who do I want to serve, you know, who are the ladies I want to reach out to? Why do I want to serve these ladies? Because I am one of these ladies, and I was one of these power women, like running higher, faster, farther, like supporting her whole environment 24/7, creating, running for business, trying to balance all the areas without actually really be able to balance it. And you know, I was so afraid to ask for help and support because I didn't want to lose my status as a power woman. I didn't want to be seen as a weak woman. And when I was really down and drowned from energy because I was recharging all the whole environment around me, but I wasn't able then to recharge myself because I stepped over my whole boundaries. I allow people to take more energy than I was able to give in this moment. Even if I ask for help back there, I just get this, oh, Anna, you're such a power woman, you can manage it by yourself, but my problems. And then I landed again back of supporting people, instead of getting the support, and this was like a never-ending circle, and it was the reason why I created 3 years ago the Power Woman community in the first place. But all this evolved, because it's not just about getting a community, supportive community, where you can be truly vulnerable yourself, where you can take your mask off and be like a really authentic self and me time. But also I realized that I still was running behind this wrong definition of success. And wrong, I don't say it's wrong at all, but I mean not aligned with my evolved self. I still had a lot of limiting beliefs to hold, a lot of traits that I embody, a lot of masculine energy that I hold, that was also a reason for challenges in my relationship, you know. And I needed to go and transmute and transform this. And I went through a deep phase of metamorphose, you know, the last 1 year. And with this all embodiment and knowledge, I needed how peaceful I became. I understood how good it feels to love myself, to really know who I am, what are my values, what are my standards, what are my boundaries, to be able to communicate it from a place of compassion and love and trust. And I knew I wanted to serve these women creating businesses, being so successful, running behind goals, and yet when we achieve it, we didn't felt like fulfilled. We didn't felt like we had this inner state of peace and happiness and satisfaction with all that we achieve. And I couldn't understand why, you know, till I went through this process. And that is how the program was created. That is how the relaunch for the Power Woman is created. Everything to inspired action. And yet, I learned only then to do the action when they are truly aligned with me, when they are like inspired, when I get this intuition, because I knew that it's the only way for me to create and hold a balance in my life. Balance between being a mom, loving mom for my child, being a balance of being having time for me, myself, and I, for nurturing my body, well-being, and expanding balance, to spend time with friends I love, to do the things that I enjoy, to develop my intellectual, to develop my spirituality, to develop my character, my traits, who I become, to reconnect with my family. I spent 3 months in Bulgaria, and I live since over 20 years abroad. So I haven't spent so much time like then for more than 20 years, actually 22 years almost, you know. And this was like a blessing in the sky for me, to be able to recharge and reconnect with my family. And I realized, when I create a successful life, and when I create also successful business by following my intuition and following the make it happen only for inspired action, that is how this balance, or the time and the space, is given for the balance in life. And that is what we women, that is the way how we act, that is how we create successful life, because we don't want just a successful business for the sake of having successful business. Actually, we want a successful business because we want to experience more freedom, more joy. We want to actually have more time for the adventures in life. Maybe to be, if you're a mom, to be the mom and spending time with your family, or for the person you love, you know, to really create a time and space for your relationship to thrive and expand. You know, you don't create business just for the sake of having business. Of course, we create it because we have an inspiration, an idea, a mission also, to make the world a little better place, to deliver, you know, our shine to shine, and help others also to thrive and expand, and to learn from us, and we to learn from others, you know. But it's in balance. It's in balance of our masculine and feminine energy. I don't say let the masculine and traits aside. I say create a balance within you, where you have your masculine energy of like clarity, logic, structure, make it happen, you know, this strength, and in the same time of nurturing, of space, compassion, inspiration, of chaos, of allowing it, of stillness, of grace, of self-love. And see this both energy like a couple in love dancing together, and helping you to really realize in which area of your life, which traits you want to bring more into fruition. For example, me in my relationship to a love partner, you know, to my partner side, I want to embody and to be the feminine, to be the nurturing one, to supporting my partner, to being the one really holding this space and holding this feminine, deep, dark energy of seduction, of love, of ecstasy, and also family, like nurturing energy. I don't want to be the man in the relationship. And I realized it because I was 21 years in relationship where I was the man in relationship. And I needed to go throughout this relationship to realize it, you know. And all this came, all this knowing, all this inspiration came into the program. And I can tell you, it created such a beautiful, like, how to say, combination of all my own experience and this knowingness that I now embody. And it's make it happen brought from a position of inspired action. And that is how I believe we as women should create our businesses, going with our flow, going with the rhythm of our body, of our period, you know, because we are periodic being, not like a man having every 15 minutes like a burst of testosterone. We, through our whole 28 days of cycle, we have a different phases, and there to learn how to be in the different phases, and how to create this business with these energies. So in order to thrive and expand and nurture you, and nurture your team, and nurture your customers, and also nurture your whole environment, because when you align with yourself, when I know when I feel myself aligned with myself in peace, joyful, grace, I'm a completely different person. I can hold the space completely different. For the women in the Power Woman community that we are relaunching, actually, if you're a woman in entrepreneurship, and actually when you're still watching to here, you're either one or planning to become one, you can definitely go into my bio and register on the first link, MePossible.club, for getting updates around the relaunching of the community. Because if you feel and resonate with what I share with you, then maybe that is the reason why you landed here in this video, not only to get a knowledge how to create a business aligned with your feminine energy, but also to become a part of this nurturing, inspiring environment across the globe, across no boundaries in religion, in nations, in language. And also in a few days, I'm gonna also relaunch the, depending on when you're watching it, but if you're watching it directly after I post the video, it's about the evolved self. So how to create your evolved self version, truly authentic self version, and also your blueprint of success. How to understand who you truly are, what to let go, what to embody more, and from this version to create this beautiful, beautiful, aligned, balanced blueprint of individual success. And the community is then the place to hold you throughout this transformative process, because it's an ups and downs. I can tell you, when you do it by yourself, it's sometimes very, very deep, and sometimes very, very high. And we still need somehow to be able to navigate our daily life, and to be the mom, to be the business owner, to be the wife, to be the I don't know, the best friend, the nutrition, holding or taking care of your body, and so on and so on. So definitely put your email into the website, and you're gonna get all the information on time. You won't miss anything. And please, 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 for your well-being, for the well-being of your body, for your well-being of your soul, learn to create from inspired action, to make it happen from inspired action, and not from a masculine mentality of forcing it into existence. And also, maybe just the last sentence, from a place of compassion towards yourself, towards your growth, and a place of non-judgmental, also towards yourself, towards your environment, and competition free, because there is no competition. The only competition that there is between you and yourself and your evolved version. And it's a nurturing competition of just willing to step into this evolved version, of willing to really embody it and feel it. Thank you for being here. Definitely, if you love it and if you enjoyed, get some value, drop me a comment. What inspires you? Give me a thumbs up. And also, if you have ladies, who are struggling with the mentality of make it happen from higher, further, faster, like I was doing it, you can tag her, forward the video, and let me create businesses, let me create relationships that are really aligned with our feminine energy, or with the balancing of our masculine and feminine energy, because I love also my masculine traits, but on the right time, for the right place, with the right task. And with all this said, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, night, afternoon, depending when are you watching. You see, here is